Mouth. Punch him in the mouth, Dolphins. Apparently, joint practice got a little nasty the other day, and the Bears tried to be a little bully. So Dolphins said, you know what we'll do? We'll start our quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. And you know what we'll do? We'll go for it on fourth down. You know what we'll do? We'll try to enforce our will. Did they? A little bit for the Miami Dolphins. Right now, it is about minute 20 left in the game. Quinn Ewers. Many people have said he's the next Dan Marino. He's not. He is trying to lead the team down the field to break a 24-24 tie. A couple takeaways real early before this game is even over. By the way, I am Dan Day with my cousin Vladimir Louison. We're going to be post-game for an hour. It's preseason. Don't want to get too deep into the Chicago Bears and the Miami Dolphins. Couple quick takeaways. I thought Tua Tagovailoa looked very sharp.
For the first series?
For the first series.
Okay.
I thought that the team actually came out was physical and had that type of attitude.
On yesterday's show, if you listen to us on Sports Day on the weekends with myself and Dan Day, we said we wanted to see what kind of attitude they would bring to the game. And I would say that they brought a physical mentality. I thought they ran the ball well. I like the runs that Devon Achane had in the first series.
I like this Ollie Gordon the second, too. Of course, he's doing it against third string. I understand that.
Madison got drilled in the third quarter, but
he showed
was running
signs.
Hard. I did enjoy that. I think Taj Washington had a
big catch.
A big catch.
So Malik Washington also had a big play.
Malik Washington also had a big play. Zach was good. Zach was good. He had a couple of throws. Zach Wilson?
If you're watching online right now, you can probably see my notes. At one point, I put Zach Wilson, okay, poised in the pocket. And then I put not okay because as it went on,
it's up and down.
He looked really, really bad at points.
Up and down. Up and down.
We want to hear from you. What did you think about the Dolphins? 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. We'll take your calls. We always want to hear from you. I thought the backup quarterback play left a lot to be desired. I thought that Zach Wilson, once again, plagued by his lack of awareness in the pocket. Quinn Ewers has overthrown three guys in a row.
2 drives? Did he give you
he
2
did.
touchdown drives?
There were times when he was poised. Yes, he did.
So if your quarterback gives you 2 touchdown drives, I'm not upset with that. Was he perfect? No.
But there was times he didn't step up in the pocket. Even Kim Bokamper, our dude, announcing the games like, you got to step up in the pocket. And I was like, and Quinn Ewers, maybe he's nervous, maybe he's scared. He has really missed on some passes. Zach Wilson missed on some easy passes too, Vlad, early on. You have to admit that.
Yes.
Once again, we're not trying to pile on too much. I thought the running game was right. Jalen Wright looked good, got in the end zone. Alexander Madison got in the end zone. Quinn Ewers, once again, ball batted down. It's 4th and 15 now with 30 seconds left, tied 24-24.
You really want to win a preseason game, don't you?
Dude, I've gleaned so much from this game. The notes that I've taken is just unbelievable. By the way, we're going to get to player of the game. We're going to get to all the stats and facts, but I'll give you a little hint into who I think might have been the player of the game. First round draft pick, 13th overall.
Kenneth Grant.
He looked like a rookie, though. There was some series where he looked dominant. Then there's other series you forgot he was on the field, but he's showing signs.
All right, man.
Here we go. 4th and 15. We're not doing play-by-play. We're just telling you what's going to happen and telling you. Oh, my goodness. Ooh.
Was that a fumble?
It doesn't matter.
It was a fumble.
Literally,
the ball at the 40-yard line.
I can't put that on Quinn Ewers because he literally
he has to have some type of
Vlad,
throw that ball away.
Half a second. We go, here we go. Oh, we couldn't even get here we go out of our mouths.
Look.
Who was blocking?
1, 2,
Who was blocking?
3, 4. Nah, he was. Yeah. Throw the ball. Get rid of the ball. No, he didn't. That was a bad throw.
Yeah, he also had he also fumbled on the goal line too, on their goal line, by the way, because he didn't have enough pocket presence to realize that someone was coming for him. So the Bears have set themselves up for a long field goal to possibly win this game.
No, we don't have a backup quarterback.
No, they're both bad. They're both bad. Call it what it.
Listen, Zach Wilson led to 2 drives, so I'm going to do that.
Let's do this. 305-567-0560. Let's go to the phone lines and see what's going on. 560 WQAM. What is your name? Where are you calling from? All right. Let's see. Let's put a hold. Let's try this again. Oops. Now I hung up with them. hung up on them. Okay, so it's preseason for all of us. I'm playing like Quinn Ewers right now with the phones. 305.
Really? Fire McDaniels? Is this what we're getting at right now?
No, we're not getting that right now.
Yes.
305-567-0560. I actually thought the identity of the team today, Vlad, that was the one thing I was looking for. I thought the identity was actually pretty tough. I liked Mike McDaniel putting Tua Tagovailoa out there. You guys want to play bad? You guys want to bully? It stops right now. And I said this in the pregame show, and I'll tell you this. This is what I like about it. You think that teams that are physical and that own other teams sit there and let teams bully them around? No, it's every day in practice. It's every day. You practice like you play like you practice. Let's go back to the phone lines. 305-567-0560. Man, this phone's broken. Literally, the phone is broken. 560 WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Morris, calling from Miramar.
Morris, what you got?
Listen, I want to talk about my team, Dolphins. First and foremost, I want to talk about the fact that Tua can't catch a break down here. And believe me, since Dan Marino, anyone can tell me which other quarterback is better than Tua since Dan Marino.
You're right.
And the next thing is, if we go ahead and say we make it to the playoff and we win a playoff game, you think the talk is going to stop there? Don't you think they're going to say, oh, so we win up, so we go to the playoff and win a playoff game, then what next? It's like it's never stopped. And I feel like the whole, 30 years? The whole 30 years or 28 years, they put everything down onto the top of Tua head. Like, all of this is Tua fault. Oh, we haven't won this much since then. And I'm like, come on. Give the guy a break, man.
I understand.
Give the guy a break.
Hey, this is the thing. It's not all on him, but at the same time, he is the highest paid player. He is the quarterback. He is in charge of the offense. He is, for lack of a better term, a face of this team. So they are going to pile on when you do good, and they're going to pile on when you do bad. So I do agree with you. Sometimes it's not all on Tua, but it is also on Tua to try to change as much of the narratives as he possibly can.
And let me ask you this now.
Go ahead.
As for the offensive line, you tell me all the other quarterbacks with a claim that they is way better than Tua, that I don't see what they're talking about is better than Tua. Check the offensive line. You tell me which year that Tua have a decent offensive line that you can say, okay, if he have this offensive line and he don't make it to the playoff, then we can complain a lot.
You're right. Good offensive line makes good quarterbacks.
Hold on. Cincinnati didn't have a great offensive line.
Joe Burrow got murdered last
and Joe
year.
Burrow got his team to the Super Bowl and his team to AFC Championship game back-to-back years.
And he did lead the league in passing touchdowns
and he did
and
lead
yards
the
last
passing
year.
yards.
But
Listen,
he did
Tua
get
doesn't
murdered.
deserve all the blame, but he is the guy under center. Like you said, he's the man that's making the most money. So if they win, all praises go to him. If they lose, all criticism would go to him and the head coach. That's how it is.
Vlad, that's where the big bucks come in. You get it. You're a lightning rod. The money, I hate to say it. Well, he does not deserve all the blame, but he does have to be in the spotlight because of the money he makes. And this end of the game has been absolutely murderous.
In this game. Thank you.
Please, even if there's 4 seconds left. So Quinn Ewers has not really thrown a lot of good passes, and the ones he has thrown good, they get dropped, and they just on the last play of the game, Quinn Ewers threw a little rainbow, and the guy dropped it.
We got
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear
we
this.
Still got 2 seconds left.
305-567-0560, the number to call if you want to jump in. We got a call already about Tua. Tua, he went out there and played today.
One series, and that's it.
But that's the thing. This team, if you're going to set a new tone, if you're setting a new attitude, that's what you have to do. It's symbolic. I get that. But it is something.
1 second left.
I mean, hopefully
it's preseason. There's no overtime.
Nobody get hurt. Yeah, there's no overtime. It's 24-24. We're at the 50-yard line, basically, and we threw an underneath pass. And, we got a lateral. Could this be the most exciting moment? He's going to break it.
Oh, wait a minute.
This might happen.
Oh, man.
Oh, they're still trying to throw it around.
Is it still? Yeah. Come on, man.
They actually almost
did something. It was there. It was there.
Okay, so now it's a 24-24 tie. There is no more. A couple of years ago, the NFL came to their good senses and got rid of overtime in preseason. So 24-24, the final score. Dolphins did look good on that opening drive with Tua Tagovailoa. He was crisp enough. The offensive line, I don't even know if you'd say held up enough. I think they got it out quick. They weren't going to put him in any harm's way.
I mean, Chicago didn't play 9 of their starters on both offense and defense. This is the first preseason game.
But
I'm not going to take much from it from the starters.
But I do want to take away some of this. On that first of all, they went 3 and out in the first 2 drives. Jordan Brooks, good pass coverage. We're going to need some linebackers to cover because we know Storm Duck and those guys, they looked about like we thought. Also, Willie Gay Jr. got a sack in a 3 and out. So we've heard a lot of good things about Willie Gay Jr. He looked really good today also. So we do have to take a little bit of that. We had a false start on the very first play, which is one thing, Vlad, you said yesterday, I don't want to see a lot of sloppiness. Well,
there was a lot of sloppiness in this game.
No, I understand. Now, once you get into the third and fourth quarter, there's going to be sloppiness. We understand that with the Dolphins. But so the first play, you do that. It's like, oh, my goodness. You get the 4th down conversion with Malik Washington kind of setting the tone. Tua looking sharp, converting on the first drive, 15-play drive. It stopped at the goal line. Once again, Vlad, preseason game 1. Let's not go too crazy. But 15 plays, dominate the line of scrimmage, get down to the goal line, and what happens?
Well, they did give the ball to the right running back, so it wasn't like they gave it to a small back, and then you could say, what's Mike McDaniel doing? That's just mano versus mano, you know?
But still, short yardage. They
didn't get it done. They
problems.
They lost 3 yards on that play. And that's the thing. The penetration by the D-line on that O-line is crazy.
Yeah, that's sometimes unexcusable.
I just don't expect that in the goal line. So
let's go 305-567-0560. Let's go back to the phone lines. 560 WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from? I have to do this. Hey, go ahead.
Hello. I would have think that Tua did pretty good in the first. I think the first drive he looked good. He looked sharp. I think the defense looks a lot quicker. Like they're snapping to the ball a lot faster. I think I got hope for the future, man. I think Quinn Ewers might have a little bit of something too. I think he's just a little bit needs to be a little bit more polished. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of nerves in there, but he missed some easy passes. They dropped some of his easy passes. I think he's just trying to get accustomed to the game. We talked to Arande Gadsden the other day, of course, Dolphins great. His son's playing with the Chargers. And he said, man, my son was so nervous his first game. So these guys are working out the nerves. But yeah, I think Quinn Ewers is going to be what we expect him to be, a 7th round pick that's going to be the 3rd quarterback, the 3rd option. I didn't think Zach Wilson looked good either. How did you feel about Zach Wilson today? Vlad thinks he was okay. I thought he was Zach Wilson, to be honest with you.
Which is okay.
A deer in headlights myself. Okay, I think Zach looked kind of like he was a little bit over his head with the second string, you know. So I don't have a lot of hope for Zach myself.
I have
one quick question. Dan.
Yeah.
Is this the same? Say I want to text. Is this the same number to text?
Yes, same number to text.
Okay, Dan. Listen, I love you in the radio, man. I love Lad. You guys always make me laugh, man. Have a good day.
Appreciate you so much. So 305-567-0560, the number to call.
I'm not caping for Zach Wilson here, but 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Once again, it's like getting patted on the back and punched in the stomach. He missed some easy passes.
Granted, and he also made some good passes.
Tanner Connor, I don't think you're that great, but you got to get the ball to him. He's wide open, and you didn't have it. That was a touchdown for Tanner Connor at one point on that part of the field. My problem is the same problem keeps coming up. He has no pocket awareness.
He does hold on to the ball a little.
He holds on to the ball way too long, and Mike McDaniel hasn't fixed that. And I don't know if it's fixable anymore. And that's going to be a problem if Tua Tagovailoa gets hurt. Or Tua Tagovailoa has to sit out a game. That's going to be a problem. And Quinn Ewers did not look like the next Dan Marino that a lot of people want him to be. He didn't. The last caller just said it. He said, look, man, I think he's got to get a lot more polishing. Yeah, he looked like a 7-pound rookie. the overall takeaway, Vlad, is I like the toughness. I like the fact that they sit out there and symbolically, even if you want to say, put the first string in there, or at least Tua Tagovailoa in there at the beginning of the game. I like that Kenneth Grant was out there for certain plays and certain series looking like a dog.
Oh, I mean, you have combo of KG and Reese. They were
doing it against second and third. Look,
he should have been. As long as he didn't turn the ball too long, that is always a problem.
Quinn Ewers did it too, though, so let's play that
Quinn
fair.
Ewers was 5 for 18, my guy.
Now, two or three of those passes were dropped, but there were some passes where he was way off the mark.
I mean, Zach had a quarterback rating of 92.8. Tua had a quarterback rating of 85.4. Quinn Ewers was 48.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
good, bro.
Hey, look, it's game day uncensored. We keep it a buck. We keep it 100%. Quinn Ewers did not look good.
No, I didn't think Zach Wilson. If you're gonna go, neither backup twos, neither the backup quarterbacks played well. Cool, but one guy I will say was slightly better than the other.
Lesser of two evils.
And I would rather go in a situation, God forbid, Tua does get hurt. You have a game where you need that backup quarterback to play. I'll go with Zach Wilson.
You're going to have to. Look, today, I know first game preseason, but pretty evident that you're going to need Zach Wilson.
Take the fact that he was a Jets quarterback out your picture. Like, that's the thing. It's almost as if Zach Wilson was somebody else's quarterback, they would be a little bit more, okay, I see some improvement. I see some ways where we can go with this quarterback, but because he was a Jets quarterback and he didn't succeed with the Jets, it's almost as if it's double. Oh no, he's going to be bad regardless.
Right. You come in once again with the preconceived notion of he was a number 2 overall pick. He's kind of a bust. He played for the Jets. He didn't play last year for Denver. Throw all that out the window. You got to just watch what he's putting out in front of you now. He did drive the team down. They did pretty much own the first half. The second half, they never had the ball hardly. That was a lot of Quinn Ewers. Nonetheless, how about this? Ethan Bonner, though. Ethan Bonner got a big deflection, and it led to a turnover. We had 2 interceptions this game, Vlad.
That's very good because the secondary last year was
very bad.
Very bad. Turnovers. The only turnover caused led to a safety against Jacksonville. So seeing these guys actually get 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions was pretty good. Pretty good.
But yeah, once again, 15-play opening drive stopped on the goal line. That is more short yardage problems for this team. Is that something we need to worry about?
Yeah.
No, let's do this, especially at the goal line. One, and it's against Tua was stuck.
I did.
Game day uncensored by That is right. We are starting it up. Dolphins 2025 campaign has begun with a 24-24 tie with the Chicago Bears. I am Dan Day with my cousin Vladimir Louison. This is Game Day Uncensored, an abbreviated version. We're just going an hour today. I could go on for like 4 hours. I'm so stoked up about this game. I like that the Dolphins brought the fight to the Bears. They didn't know that joint practice was going to be so physical, and today they said, all right, let's go. I thought they were the more physical team, as much as you can be in the first game of the season when it comes to preseason. But nonetheless, they went out there and they got after it. And I'm excited now. As excited as you can be.
Well, seasons begin. I mean, preseason, but season begins. I mean, you saw your starters, you saw your man. Did one series.
I liked it.
I like HN running. One of our listeners on YouTube and Twitch he did like the fact that they were running inside between the tackles. I did appreciate seeing that. There was a good run in the middle.
And your rookies looked like rookies.
Rookies are supposed to look like rookies.
Jonah Savianaya, he on some plays was good, some plays not so good. Kenneth Grant, some plays he was dominant, some plays he didn't exist. But that's rookies.
I don't mind that. I just don't want them looking like the moments too big for them, too big, or they're not ready. That's what it is. They're young. You're going against wily vets who gonna pull.
You're right, Vlad.
Every move that they've learned,
that they've had it done to them,
that was done to them, that was passed on to them. They're gonna do that. You're gonna have offensive linemen. He's gonna go against left guards. He's gonna go against centers that are gonna pull every trick in the book, and he's gonna be baffled many times. And then his youth and enthusiasm and his talent is gonna be, and then them guys are gonna be like, whoa, he's a problem.
What you want from your rookies is flashes right now. Even Chop Robinson last year. Look, his second half of the season was night and day from his first half of the season because he started figuring things out. So as long as you're seeing flashes of Jonah Savianaya looking decent at points and Kenneth Grant looking decent at points, that's what you want because they're going to start figuring it out. They're showing you they have the ability. Real quick, the Game Day Uncensored postgame show is brought to you by Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Get offers on select models now through September 2nd. Learn more at Lexus.com by Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Shop over 22 acres of Cadillacs built for luxury and performance at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Start your game-winning drive today at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com. And by JM Lexus. JM Lexus has the best team in the business. A 4.8 Google rating, over 22,000 reviews and counting. JM Lexus, West Sample Road, Moorgate. That now brings us to our offensive player of the game, which is sponsored by Ed Morris Sawgrass Auto Mall. So offensive player of the game, sponsored by Ed Morris Sawgrass Auto Mall. Vlad, your choice.
OG the second.
Okay.
Ollie Gordon the second.
Why are you going with him?
Just great run. He's got a rush for a touchdown, and he also had a reception for 39 yards. So if I'm going by him, total yards, he gave you 72 total yards. 8 carries, 33 yards. His longest run was 21 yards, but he got a touchdown. And 3 targets were thrown his way, and he caught one for 39 yards. So if he's going to give you total yards like that, if you have another version of a Devon Achane, which means you can they might be made some formations where both players are on the field and you don't know what's going to happen, because if he's showing you the skill of catching the ball out the backfield and also showing he can run between the tackles, that is an added weapon for Mike McDaniel to use.
I'm going to go with Jalen Wright because it looks like he's, at least in the first game, looking like he's stepped it up to the next level. It is his sophomore year. He had that big physical 7-yard run to get us up 14-7 with about 1:45 left in the second quarter. I just like the fact that Jalen Wright looked a little more comfortable in his zone and doing what he did. He ended up, nobody had huge stats today, but nonetheless, Jalen Wright, 9 carries, most carries on the team, 16 yards, 1 touchdown. 2-yard average. That's okay. But for the most part, I'll go with Jalen Wright just because it looks like he has progressed.
I also like one thing I say, there's going to be a great battle for wide receiver number 3.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, there's going to be a good, because I think Taj Washington, and
Malik Washington too.
Malik Washington, Taj Washington, and Nick Westbrook-Ikhine.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have a good time battling for wide receiver number 3.
Westbrook-Ikhine is a pro's pro, though. So
he is a pro's pro, but you saw things with Malik last season, and Taj gave you 3 catches, 53 yards, got a long catch of 34 yards.
And he seemed to get some separation.
Right. 4 targets,
like that.
3 receptions, 53.
I like the separation that Taj Washington was getting. And I don't care if you're doing it against second or third.
You got to just show me something okay.
There's guys that weren't getting separation in this game.
So if you're not getting separation against these guys, then you're not going to make it. But if you're showing me, all right, now maybe let's step you up another level.
I like it.
See what you can do against the second stringers or the first stringers. And if you do that, get separation, make catches, you have a spot on this roster.
Hey, I'll tell you, there was a guy out of Mississippi Valley State that, coming out of college, a lot of people said, what does he have that's special about him? He got separation. He wasn't the fastest guy. He wasn't the biggest guy in the world, but he ended up being Jerry Rice. So some guys just have it. Maybe Taj Washington's one of those guys.
We're not saying Taj Washington's Jerry Rice.
I'm saying maybe he's one of those guys that has it.
Okay.
He seemed to have it a little bit today. Let's get to our player of the game, sponsored by JM Lexus. Lexus has the best team in the business, a 4.8 Google rating with over 22,000 reviews and counting. JM Lexus, West Sample Road, Margate. Vlad, who is your player of the game?
I'm going to go defense. KJ Britt.
Okay. Yeah, he was the linebackers looked great today, by the way.
All over the place.
First of all, I know I'm saying that, but the linebackers look good today.
KJ Britt was my player of the game. 6 tackles, 3 solo. He was all over the place. Like I just remember seeing number 3. I was like, damn, who's number 3? I was like, I know it ain't Odell, because that's what, what I'm saying? No, it's not. No, it's not Odell from offensive last year.
Yeah.
KJ Britt was all over the place. To me, he was him and Ollie Gordon were the 2 players that that stood out for me. So if Ollie's my offensive player, I'm going to go KJ Britt as my player of the game.
And I'm going to go with my JM Lexus player of the game with number 1, Tua Tagovailoa. He goes out there, doesn't have to play, doesn't have anything to prove. Nothing really positive from his performance could come except him being the leader of this team and saying, I played a series. I'm going to go out there. They punched us in the mouth the other day after 3 interceptions. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go 5 for 6. I know it's just 27 yards. I'm going to drive us 15 plays down the field. I'm going to set a tone. And this is what this Dolphins team is doing. They realize that they might not be as quote unquote talented on paper as they were last year. So they're going to have to make up for it by the attitude and the leadership that they have. And if your leader's going out there in game number 1, and I know it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, he wasn't going to hold on to the ball very long, but he is setting a tone. And that's what good teams and organizations do. Vlad, if you've ever been a part of a good team, your practices are crazy. Nobody takes a day off. Nobody rests. We used to have open gym where on Sundays we just played for 2 hours. It was as intense as anything, and we were playing for nothing. That's what good teams do. That's what good organizations do. I got to give it to Tagovailoa because he's not just talking the talk this year. He's walking the walk, and I feel as though that's what we're going to need if we're going to try to make a run this year to get into the playoffs and possibly win a playoff game. So symbolic as it was, he was out there leading this team. 5 for 6, 27 yards. I would have liked him to punch it in, but what else can you do? I just like the fact that Tua Tagovailoa finally looks like he is ready to truly be the leader of this team. I think in the past, a lot of posturing on this team. We're going to be dogs this year, and I'm the leader of this team. Now I think Tua's kind of like, this is year number 7. Like, I'm leading this team.
Is he year 7?
6 years, man. 6 years in the game. Well, this is his 6th year. I'm sorry.
Okay,
he got to in 2020.
I was about to say, like, if this is your
this is his 6th year.
Okay.
Well, he was,
but still, nonetheless, it's his franchise.
He does seem a little bit more like, okay,
it's my franchise.
This is me now. It's on me.
This is my franchise.
No more excuses. No more Brian Flores messed me up. This is me. You have no more excuses. You're out of excuses.
All the praise goes to the quarterback.
And
all the criticism will go to the quarterback.
Our first caller said he's over-criticized. I understand that. It's not all on him that we lose in cold weather and to playoff teams. But at the same time, you're the highest paid player. You're supposed to be the best player on this team. You're going to have to take some of that. That's part of the gig. And if you don't think it is, maybe you're in the wrong business. And I think Tua's realized that. Now, no more Brian Flores messed with me. No more of this.
And the Flores situation was a long time ago.
It's now,
it stopped.
Now.
Man up.
No more. Tua, we like you, though. Let's keep it going. Now to get to the drive of the game, sponsored by the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
That's easy.
Get offers on select models now through September 2nd. Learn more at Lexus.com.
What's your drive of the day?
I'm going to go with that second touchdown. Right before the half. It was a couple of minute 45 before the second half. You get that big Jalen right run. You're being a little more physical. You're getting in there. That's your guy right there. Zach, not your guy, but Zach Wilson kind of led it. He did convert on some passes. At points, he actually looked poised. That's when he looks okay. And then later on, he kind of did not look so okay, but he actually kind of looked okay. His pocket was a little crazy, but that's my drive of the game. I thought that was by far the most complete drive of the game.
I would think the second or the third touchdowns would have been the drive of the games. I have no problem with you with saying that. I also like the touchdown run that Ollie Gordon had. I thought it was good passes, but you led them down. But it was just all run. Most of that drive was all running, and that was the thing. That was the attitude, the tone setter, the tone set. They just ran the ball in that drive, bro. At the end of the third, it was.
For so long, Vlad, we've heard the team talk the talk, but not walk the walk. It seems like now they've gotten the message. It's time to start walking the walk. And it's one game, but
I don't know. I just like that they said what they wanted to do,
and they actually did it.
And they stayed
committed to
it all 60 minutes.
I understand.
That it usually happens, and then somewhere in the second half of the year, they detour from their game plan.
And that could still happen.
It still could happen, but at least you saw from preseason game 1 what the message was. All preseason, all training camp, they went to Chicago. We heard during the joint practice on Friday, it was a physical joint practice, and they didn't look soft. They did not look soft in this game. They did not.
Kelly told us it was a little dirty by the Bears.
It might have been dirty, but guess what? Sometimes with the Dolphins, because teams know the reputation of Dolphins is that they're a finesse team. So if they're a finesse team and you could do dirty tactics on them, they might crumble. They might lose their control, and they didn't do that today.
Just got a text. Ollie Gordon's a beast. Zach Wilson's trash.
No, I mean, I swear to you, Zach Wilson was not the quarterback of the New York Jets. If he was a quarterback of another team,
one of the more exciting points of today, Vlad, and you brought it up, was Ollie Gordon the second. He did not look like the stage was too big for him.
OG the second.
Could be a real one. We're going to come back. We're going to close out the show. 305-567-0560, the number to call. We're getting some stats, some scores, and maybe hear from you. Give us a call, 305-567-0560. Vladimir Luson. I am Dan Day. This is Game Day Uncensored on 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. Game Day Uncensored post-game show, and we mean it. When we say Game Day Uncensored, we are beholden to nobody. Stephen Ross can call us up right now and tell us to shut up. You know what Vlad will tell him?
So just hang up. So be it.
Yeah, so be it. So be it. He will hang up in Stephen Ross's face if Stephen Ross tries to silence us. We keep it real on this show. I'm not going to lie. We'll tell you how we feel. We'll be honest about the Dolphins. We're not going to sugarcoat anything.
He's lying. I'm not telling no billionaire, to be quiet.
I'll hang up in his face.
I'm not hanging up on
him. And I like Stephen Ross. I mean, I don't know him personally.
Stephen Ross too. I like Boss Ross, but I'm not.
Nobody's going to tell us. Nobody's going to tell us what to do.
That is true, but I'm not going to hang up on his face.
It's Game Day Uncensored. That's also kind of disrespectful. I'm just trying to prove a point. But it's not just Vlad and I that are the hosts of this show, Game Day Uncensored. You're also a member of the show. 305-567-0560. Let's go to the phone lines. Mike's calling us from Phoenix. Mike, I got to ask you a question straight up. You act like I don't know. Have you gone to Gracie's Tax Bar yet, like I told you last year in the offseason?
Hey, you remembered it was me. I was going to tell you I have not had a chance to get there yet, but I'm still trying.
Okay, well, make it out there one of these days. What you got, Mike? Let's talk some Dolphins. What's going on?
Okay, I listened to you guys in the pregame, and I got to say, I agree with you 100%, Dan. It's like Solana and Tobin are getting their panties in a bunch because Tua's playing. It's like you just said, set a tone, get some game reps, get some game situations. They converted 2 fourth downs. It's like you don't get that sitting on the sidelines in bubble wrap. It's like, and oh, by the way, the last couple of years, everything they've done, that hasn't worked either.
Right.
So it's like, get him in there, get some situations in there. And like I said, I'm not much of a Tua fan to begin with, but hey, get him in there, get some experience. It's just like, get him in there, get some play in there, and let's see what he's got.
And Mike, I want to ask you this, and I think you'll agree with me and Vlad. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. They weren't going to put Tua in a situation that he could actually get hurt.
No, exactly. But, put him in there for 8 to 10 plays and just, like I said, Mahomes and Kyler Murray played out here in Phoenix last night. It's like if you get hurt in 8 to 10 plays, it's just not meant to be. But
you're going to get hurt anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you 100%, Dan. It's like get him in there, put him in for a little. It doesn't have to be for a half. Or Marino did it all the time. Marino would play the beginning of games, and then you pull him out there. It's not a big deal. Just tell Tobin and Solana to chill out a little bit.
Mike, I appreciate it so much. Thank you for hanging with us, and get out to Gracie's Tax Bar. Trust me, you'll have a great time. But I agree with you. Look, are we going to bubble wrap everybody and just hope that we can find our way into the playoffs? And then, now that we're in the playoffs, we'll play Tua. If you're going to get hurt, you're going to get hurt.
Pretty much.
That's one of those things with that's what I was like. I was like, put him out there. It's one series. And like I said, but they're not going to put him in a dangerous situation. And another thing is, I'm glad you're here, Vlad, because I got a lot of pushback in the pregame show. And you and I are from the Creole culture. We're from that culture. What the Bears did the other day, they slapped you. What do? Are you going to slap back or are you going to run away? Dolphins need to say from now on, none more of that. We're coming back. We're coming for you.
You got to set a tone, fam.
You do. And that's why I said put Tua out there.
Listen, you're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt.
You're going to.
Like can you avoid getting hurt? No, but the minute you put on your uniform, you can get hurt. I'm not upset with Tua. I'm going to tell you why. You know who? James Cook of the Buffalo Bills yesterday got dressed, did all the drills that you're supposed to do, and then at the end said, I'm not playing because he has a contract situation.
I hear that.
Right? I can understand that.
That's fine. Tua, not in that situation.
You know what Tua doesn't have? Tua missed nearly a half of the season last year. Correct?
Yes.
So
he missed 6 games total. And at the end of the season when they needed him.
Okay, so he played 12 games? So he missed a third of the season last year, but going with the summer and everything, it's been a while for him. It's been a while since he's seen live action. I don't mind if your number one guy wants to see some live action. He knows what he's doing. Their job, the offensive line knows what their job is to do. The receivers know what they have to what their job is to do. Everybody has a job to do, whether it's one series or not. Like the caller said, Kansas City, they got a turnover, one pass, boom, Mahomes scores a touchdown. We don't need to see Mahomes ever again.
But he's out there.
But he was out there. Yesterday, the Jets played the Packers. I stayed home because I wanted to see the Jets play because you wanted to see how their first team. Once you hear the first team is playing a preseason game, you're going to sit and watch. You want to see where their strengths are and where their weaknesses are, where they might have to develop players, develop positions, what their scheme is like. And that's the other thing. People, please let's not go crazy. Both teams were playing a generic, bland game plan. Okay. What you wanted to see, if the players wanted to execute the bland generic game plan.
Exactly.
If they were excited.
And they were being tough.
And they were tough.
305-567-0560. We're getting some messages on the YouTube, the Twitch, the Odyssey app, everything. Jalapeno Steve says, this is just a glorified practice.
Facts. It's like,
but this is the thing. Good teams don't take that for granted. You think the Philadelphia Eagles are having practices like, oh, it's just practice. No, they're out there busting you know what, Vlad. And you can say the word if you want. I'm just not saying it right now. They're busting each other right now.
Oh, they're kicking each other's ass.
Yeah. Busting our ass. We got punched in the mouth the other day. Facts. Omar Kelly said it. A lot of guys should have got kicked out. Bears are trying to set a tone. We can't, because you know, Vlad, you get punked by one person. Everybody thinks they can punk you.
What is the reputation that two players over the last 2 seasons who joined the Miami Dolphins, every time they were asked by the media, what was the reputation of the Dolphins? What did they say?
I always say,
what did Jordan Poyer say about the Dolphins? What was the reputation of the Dolphins prior to him joining the roster?
I say 3 letters. You say 5 letters.
I say it's 5 letters.
I say SOF.
I say SAWFT.
Today, I didn't think they looked like that way. I thought they looked like, and I was like, Kenneth Grant looked like he was in there ready to go. Let's do this.
Look soft to me.
They didn't look soft to me today. Now they're playing the Bears, and you're going to say, oh, the Bears. I don't want to hear that. It's not about who you're playing. It's about you. And today, the Dolphins proved at least that for one game, they're ready to go out there. And maybe the best thing that happened to them was the other day getting punched in the mouth and getting into fights and everything going crazy on there and realizing, oh, wait a second, we have the Bears trying to pick on us. You know what? Maybe it stops now. Maybe that was the wake-up call they needed. I don't know.
Right, because you could see Ben Johnson and the Bears, there's a lot of expectations with them.
Because he's a tough guy.
Yeah, all of a sudden now he's coming from Detroit. He's coming from Man Campbell's staff. So you want to see if he wants to set his tone. He wants to set a precedent saying like, hey, this ain't the ordinary Chicago Bears. We're back to being the old school Bears, tough monsters in the middle.
I want someone to get kicked out of practice today.
Get kicked out, and he wanted to send a message, and he was trying to use the Miami Dolphins and Mike McDaniel as the message.
Easy team to do it against.
And I respected the fact that, even though I made fun of him, but you got to give your coach credit that he got in the middle of a scrap and was trying to break it up. This is totally different.
True.
And if I'm going to be different, I got to show and prove that I'm different. So Mike McDaniel's trying to be different this year, whether we like the authoritative tone, if we believe it, that's not for us. That is for those players inside that locker room to believe in. And if I give them credit for that, I give them credit for their attitude and their mindset for today's game. I know it's preseason 1, but like you said, they were trying to the Bears were trying to punk them on Friday.
They did.
Okay. And I didn't see it visually, but from what we've heard, they got punked.
Well, look, they also
some players got punked.
They walked into a gunfight with a knife. They didn't think, there's certain unsaid agreements in joint practice, and the Bears weren't playing by those agreements. So you know what the Dolphins had to do? They had to come out today and prove it on the field and say, like, okay,
where it really matters.
You want to play this way? Let's play this way.
When it really matters, they showed and proved.
Yep.
And now, in 6 days, they're going against. You went against Ben Johnson and the Bears.
Now he's
the copycat. Now you're going to get the original.
Yep.
You're going to get Dan Campbell. This is going to be Detroit's 3rd preseason game because they played the Hall of Fame game. So don't be surprised if they play their starters. If you see Jared Goff.
Why do you think? Because Dan Campbell's setting an attitude and a culture.
Don't be shocked.
Just like the Dolphins are supposed to be setting the culture.
This preseason game on Saturday, you see Jared Goff. You see Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yep.
You see Jameson Williams. You see Jahmyr Gibbs. You see David Montgomery. You see that great defensive line. You see Adrian Hutchinson and that defense.
Yep.
Because that's their 3rd preseason game, and they're going to try to set a tone.
Yep. And what do the good teams do? They set culture. They set tones. They do things. In the pregame telling me, oh, Dolphins don't do this. Would the Heat let something like this happen? No. You have to set it from the beginning, because if you don't, You can't come back. Like Vlad, we say in every relationship, when you meet somebody, you let them know from the beginning, because you can't come 4 months later or 3 games later and say, oh, well, now we have to be tough. No.
You should have been tough from
right
the jump.
Let them know from the go. So let's get to some quick stats. 24-24, the final score. I believe the Dolphins, if they would have played starter on starter, would have probably won the game. Of course, the Bears didn't play a lot of starters.
I didn't play their starters either.
I know. Tua Tagovailoa, 5 for 6, 27 yards. He had that 15-play drive that sputtered out at the goal line. Zach Wilson led all passers, 5 for 9. He should have been about 7 for 9. 96 yards, no touchdowns. Quinn Ewers did not look extremely sharp. He looked like he was a little nervous. That's okay. 5 for 18. That's not good, Vlad. 71 yards.
Dude, each quarterback completed 5 passes.
Yep.
Right? But
yes, sir.
If I tell you one quarterback completed 5 out of 9 passing attempts, one quarterback completed 5 out of 6 passing attempts, you've been like, oh, that's awesome. 10 out of 15, no problem. But then if I tell you the third quarterback is 5 out of 18, that's 13 incompletions. That is a nasty completion percentage.
He did have some drops. I'll give him that, but he also overthrew it so much. And Tua was 5 for 6 with 27 yards.
But that's all right. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I mean,
Devon Achane had 3 carries for 22 yards. If you're looking at that drive,
it's a 7.3 yard average.
Right. So you're looking at that drive, your running back and your quarterback is going down the field. And like you said, if it wasn't for the fact that they got stopped at the goal line, if they scored that touchdown, you know what? Everybody's going crazy.
You know why they didn't score on that first drive. You know why they got stopped.
What's that?
Because they didn't put Ollie Gordon II in.
Why they put Jalen Wright in?
Ollie Gordon II, though.
So you want Ollie?
I want that hope.
So you want him to be RB too?
I want him to be RB. I mean,
he's gonna be an RB.
In a perfect world, I want him to be Derrick Henry.
It's only one Derrick Henry.
But Ollie Gordon II was definitely one of the stars of the day. You named him the offensive player of the game. 8 carries, 33 yards, 4 yards a carry, 1 touchdown, and he did not look like a deer in the headlights. He looked like a man that was ready to play some NFL football. Devon Achane, 3 carries, 22 yards, but that's a 7.3 average right there. Jalen Wright looked better. I thought he looked like, he had taken a step up in his sophomore year. 9 carries, 16 yards, 1 touchdown. Alexander Mattison, he went out in the game. He had 3 carries, 8 yards, but he did have a touchdown in the game. And then one of the other stars of the game, Taj Washington, 3 receptions for 53 yards and a 1 play where he really, really broke away and got some separation from some guys, which has us really believing. I'm not going to get into Eric Ezukama, who every year in preseason
I'm saying decent. That's you what's this 4 years in a row?
I've done it too many times.
I've heard his name.
The past 3 years, I've gotten so excited about Eazy-E, and I just can't do it. Malik Washington also good today. 4 receptions, most receptions on the team, 18 yards overall. And the other star of the game, I'd say Kenneth Grant. Vlad, there were flashes that Kenneth Grant looked like he was taking up space and he was being disruptive. So I got to give him credit right there. On the Bears side, Tyson Bagent. Oh, my goodness. 13 for 19, 103 yards, touchdown, interception.
Bagent, Case Keenum. He's still in the league.
38, baby.
That man literally had a perfect QBR.
I can't believe he went 8 for 10 with 80 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He had a.
He didn't look that good.
His QBR was what? 139.6. He was on fire.
Oh, they took back one of those interceptions. I apologize. They got 1 interception this game.
Yes, the Dolphins
Jack Jones.
He took back. Only Patrick McMorris.
He passed interfered, which questionable, but maybe, it's preseason, but nonetheless. So, overall, I like it.
Storm Duck, 4 tackles. That was good.
Storm Duck, this is the thing, man. These guys are so good in the NFL. Like, no cornerback is Revis Island anymore. Like, it's really, really hard. But, he was out there doing his thing, for the most part. So what other games do we have? We've got Saints and Chargers playing right now. That's going to be a throwaway game over there in, I'm guessing, California. That's going on right now. Overall takeaways, we liked Ollie Gordon II. He looked like the stage wasn't too big for him. Tua, I like the fact that he went out there and was a man, and he says he's the leader, and now he's acting like the leader. Taj Washington, Malik Washington, keep an eye on the Washingtons on this team. They're going to be good. Anything else, Vlad, you want to take away from this game?
No, just
I'm okay with
no
it.
Injuries. I like the mindset of the team.
We'll see about Alexander Mattison.
We'll see, but no significant other than that. But I think what you saw with Ollie Gordon, and you have Jalen Wright, so it's not going to be that bad. I like the mindset of the team
so far.
I'm looking forward to see what happens in the next preseason game, which is Saturday against the Detroit Lions, and we'll see.
We get ready for the real test, which is, of course, going to be week 1, September 7th against the Indianapolis Colts. But so far, it seems like we have a new attitude, And at least they're sticking to it for the time being. Let's talk the talk. Let's walk the walk. Vlad, thank you so much for hanging out for an hour.
I think, you know what? I had so much fun. I think we'll do it for an hour next week.
1 hour?
Yeah, this
I'm
Saturday.
Petition for more.
Yeah, well, Vlad's only got 1 hour because Vlad's got plans. But
oh, well, yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But so far, okay, 24-24 tie. It's not really the score that we're worried about. We're just worried about the outset of the team. Mindset looked good so far, so good. We're going to be with you every post game. When the game ends, we're right here. And once again, we are Game Day Uncensored, meaning we don't hold back nothing. And we want to hear from you. So let's do this together this whole entire season. This is week 1. Hopefully plenty more to come, including playoff wins right here for the Dolphins. For my cousin Vladimir Lewis, don't blink like that. For my cousin Vladimir Lewis song, I am Dan Day. This has been Game Day Uncensored on 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. Later.